Welcome to What Is, a show where we get to do reviews on film and entertainment from Kenya and beyond. My name is Bosibori. On today's episode, we get to do a review on a Nigerian movie. It's a limited series on Netflix known as The Blood Sisters. Yes, so before we say anything else, let's do it.
First, I'd like to thank you for raising the most beautiful woman I have ever seen.
The setting begins with a wedding, and we already see familiar faces on the set. So these are seasoned actors, and we are hoping for a better job and a good job. Let's keep watching. There's use of I don't know if it's irony or I don't know the opposite of it. Like there's the perfect wedding, but immediately the groom is crying. So of course the trailer wants us to watch why was the groom crying, and actually it's a perfect wedding, but there's sadness. You definitely want to watch and see what happened. Let's keep going.
And for allowing me to marry her.
Thank you, Kola.
Thank you for standing by me all these years. If no be you, half of the things I don't have come.
Of course, when they tell us about a lifelong bond, there's introduction of friendship from the groom side and the bride side, and you get to see them. It's elaborate in the pictures, and it's elaborate in the pictures, and you get to watch them, and you understand from the word go that these are friends, this is family, and these are invited guests. They've done a good job, and I know there are people who are not acknowledged in the film industry most of the time. The people they did the set, they did a perfect job. You could see it's a wedding and people are celebrating. It's a well-directed scene. So let's keep doing it.
Wish we just never for no fit.
I know everything. When are you going to get that?
Yo, there are people coming out of jets. There are expensive cars. Meaning it's an expensive series. Like it was well invested. Because from the costuming, those are not cheap clothes. They're those expensive African clothes. And meaning they had a big budget and they did not come to play. They brought all their guns out. Let's keep watching.
Soon you'll be king.
Yes.
Hey, the man of the hour.
I don't think I can do this thing.
Do not embarrass me this day.
I'm so sorry, Mommy.
As you keep on watching the trailer, you immediately sense fear. Of course, I would want you to watch the limited series on Netflix and understand where the fear was elaborate for them to show it on the trailer, because it's part of their story and it carried the story most of the time. So they had to show you that it's going to be part of it. And I love how they define their characters and they bring them out well. The introduction of their characters. We can see the mother, the brother, the sister, and they're well defined. You get to see. They're showing us lines that are going to define them and bring out the story. This is a good job.
Are you ready to get married to a man who does this to you?
He beats me.
I've always admired these Nigerian movies, especially their wedding parts, where they show us how they do their weddings, and there's money all over, splashing money. And I hope this is what happens in real life. But anyway, it's a part that I've always known this is a Nigerian movie when I get to watch that part.
So you're telling me you're willing to let go of everything? Makawansla, it can't be that bad.
You still want me to drum for the wedding?
Yeah.
There is a lot of crying in the trailer, and you get to see it. The women are crying, people are sad, meaning there's going to be a lot of action in it. So I commend the Nigerian actors, and they're doing a good job. Like you see them and you're convinced that this is the real deal.
If anything happens to me, look to our brother.
What I do know
is that he was a very violent man. And you know what they say?
What in God's name is going on?
If you live by the sword.
I don't know, he just vanished.
There's something else that I'm noting, and this is an African movie, and Africa is our business, and Nigerians have decided that this is an African movie. They're going to go all out with their attire, their decorations, their hair, and everything. They've brought it out. If it's covering your hair with a turban, they do it perfectly. And it makes me proud to be an African when I see other African countries doing things that are related to their culture. Mixing it, of course, with the modern world doesn't mean that we've lost our ways. This is a good job.
I can't find him anywhere.
I need you to find the people who did this.
I tell you guys, I was so happy when I saw Ramsey Nouah's face on this trailer. This is a guy that we've grown up watching, and he's covered our screens for the longest time ever. People who've grown up in the early 2000s, and you can imagine when Nigerian movies were introduced, Ramsey Nouah was a regular guest on our screens. And also there's the introduction of Kate Henshaw. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but Kate has been a figure in the Nigerian movies for the longest time. Also dominating our screens in the early 2000s. I'm so proud when I watch them again. In 2022, they remind us of our childhood memories. And this, I would say, they are Nigerian legends. Let's keep watching.
And make them suffer.
If you're a lover of arts and the film, I'm sure by now I don't know if you know it, but there's a floating village in Nigeria, in Lagos. And if the film was able to be directed in that region, in that area, and they brought out such good work, they must have done a really good job. It's one of the busiest places. It's like a Kenyan shooting in Kibra, which is a very busy place, and you bring out a very good movie. That place is hectic to shoot. You need to find out about the floating village and see what happens there.
Help me! Sarah, we're no longer good girls, okay? We're fugitives now.
Well, what is my opinion on the series? This is a limited series on Netflix, and I enjoyed watching it. And I'm not going to give you spoilers because I want you also to watch it. And the storytelling aspect of it, I felt like it should have been a one movie and not different episodes. But then again, maybe the story spilled over, and they just had to make it a limited series. Another thing that I noted on the series is that the use of pidgin English was not so profound. Like, you watch Nigerian movies and sometimes they speak things that you want to know what they said, but they mix with their pidgin language and you don't get to understand. But on this one, they were easy on us. Anyone can listen to it and understand what they wanted to say. Another thing that we have to commend them is the acting. I know we've grown up watching Nigerian movies. Us that we grew up in the early 2000s watching Nigerian movies, that we were introduced to movies back then. When you compare it to 2022, it's beautiful to watch their growth, and they've come of age and they're doing better things. Not that they used to do bad things, but I'm just saying they have grown, which is a good thing. And also, I'm so proud that they brought our legends back on screen. Kate Henshaw is someone that we've watched, we've loved growing. I'll take you back memory lane when we used to watch. I think early 2004, there was a movie known as Stolen Bible. And how do you forget Kate from that movie? And now she's back on our screens, and she did a tremendous job. Congratulations to her. And also Ramsey Nouah, this badass man in this movie. And back then you'd love Ramsey Nouah for being a playboy, being a pastor, different roles. But he's back on our screens again. And everyone else that is part of the movie, very good casting. You have to commend the casting directors and also the directors of the show because they brought out the stories. Something else that I also liked about the movie is the connection between traditional and modern world. There are scenes and parts that you get to see their traditions coming out very well connected with the modern world, which is a good job. The aspect of storytelling, the writer or the writers of the show, did a good job. The continuity of the story, as much as there were many episodes, they tried to keep us glued and hoping what will happen next. They kept helping us watch the next episode and wanting to know more. And we were glued to the show because we would want to know what happened to this character and why is this happening. And they told us their backstory in a very unique way. They didn't just tell us the backstory once. It took them different episodes to come to understand why the characters were behaving the way they were behaving. Is this a movie that I would recommend you to watch? Definitely yes. It's time we supported our African content, both in Kenya and beyond. So for more content like this, watch our YouTube channel, subscribe and share. Till next time, stay dangerous and keep loving your culture. Bye-bye.